I'm gonna tell everybody the big secret to making promo material for your podcast. Here's the big secret. The big secret is
This is episode 82 of the Alt Arts Academy podcast. How to edit podcast clips for social media with Dean Victor Varnado and Vice Queen Roxanne Lim.
all right. Hey everybody, we are here. This is the Arts Academy podcast. Let me put myself on the left, and so that I can. There we go. Boom! Look at that, guys. Now we did it. Hey everybody, it's me, Dean Victor Varnado, and this is Vice Queen Roxanne. This is the Arts Academy podcast. Hello. This is the Arts Academy podcast. We'll teach you all the mechanics, the ins and outs of the arts and entertainment industry. If you want to know how to do something, ask, and we will tell you as much as we can. My name is Victor Varnado. I am a multi-hyphenate, comedian, filmmaker, and just all-around dude who carries around very tiny toys. This is a tiny sword that I have right here, if you're watching the video version. Today, we are going to be talking about, first of all, how to make promo material for your podcast. This is a subject which I think I am going to enjoy talking about, because one thing that I do for my podcasts, my multiple podcasts, is I like to come up with a way to make promo material consistently without faltering. That is a problem. What do you think, Vice Queen Roxanne?
I'm really excited because when I had a podcast a very long time ago, I was very concerned about the content, but not as good at the marketing and promotion aspects. So,
Well, let's talk about that really quick. So I'm gonna tell everybody the big secret to making promo material for your podcast. Here's the big secret. The big secret is make something simple. Design something that is easy to repeat. In fact, the way I have my podcast set up, it takes me it previously, because now I have producers who work on my podcast who do things for me. But previously, when I was starting out with my podcast, to make promo material for like a week for my podcast, it usually took me about an hour to an hour and a half, and that's good, because then you have all the material you need for an entire week for your social media, and it only takes you about an hour. That would be great. And let's talk about how I did it. I'll talk about a couple of different things that I've done for my podcast and things that I'm about to do for the podcast. All right. So one of the most popular things that people do for their podcast is they will do a video which is subtitled, and as the people on the podcast speak, the subtitles appear. And also another popular thing is a clip from the podcast that has a waveform in it. So the waveform moves up and down. Have you seen these, Roxanne?
yeah, they're called audiograms, right?
Audiograms. Exactly. Thank you, Roxanne.
Of course.
They're called audiograms. You can do audiograms, or you can do, I don't know what they call the videos that have the subtitles on them. Subtitles videos or whatever. The easiest way to do those, first of all, there's websites which do them for free. That's the best thing. There's a lot of websites you can go to, and you can do them for free. And then there's also ways to do them yourself. What I usually like to do is, if I have something that is generated on a website, I usually like to tweak it to make it more individual for my podcast, so people are seeing something that's a little bit different than what other people are seeing. However, it is easy to just like automate the process. So let's talk about a couple of different ways that you can do those type of videos, and then I'll talk about ways to tweak them to make them your own so your stuff stands out. How do you make your audiograms, Roxanne?
I usually would just Google audiogram generator. and
Yeah.
then I would upload the audio file, like the MP3, and then it would do it for me on this platform.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would rather just make them myself if I knew how.
Um, yeah, well, I can actually tell you how to make them yourselves. It's a little bit more convoluted, but with the audiogram generators, there are a couple of different kinds. So let me talk about a couple of places you can get your audiograms generated. First of all, there is a website called Headliner, I think. Hold on, let me just double check. I have it pulled up over here to take a look at it. It is a website called... Yes, it's called Headliner. Okay, so this website, what you can do is you can upload your audio clip and you can upload your an image, and it takes those things and it generates text for you, which you can then check and edit, and then it'll generate a little video for you with the text. Or also it can do audiograms as well. It's a website called Headliner, and all you do is upload stuff, and I think you get so many for free, or if you want to get a membership, you can get a membership. Although one of my favorite places to get stuff for free and do audiograms and things like that is a website called Kipwig. Have you been to this website, Kipwig? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. How do you spell that?
You spell it... Actually, I may have spelled it wrong. It's actually Kapwi, Capwing. Sorry, I said Kipwig, and it's Capwing. Okay, so have you heard about Capwing?
No.
Ooh, well, let me tell you about Capwing. Capwing is a website which has a lot of quick editing solutions for people. Basically, Capwing is a site where they basically built automatic systems for a lot of things that you might have to do. For instance, like if you have a video that is widescreen and you need it turned into a 9:16 video, so it's better for TikTok, this website has a thing where you can just upload and it'll send you back your video the correct size. Also, it will produce audiograms. Also, it will produce transcriptions. With the free membership, you can do all of this stuff. And all you do is you upload your clip and it spits out you upload your clip and it will either spit out the answer for you or it'll take you through the steps. And actually, when you go to the site, it actually will give you a list of different things that it can possibly do. So it'll say, oh, you can get your video, you get your audio transcribed, or you can get an audiogram, or you can do X, Y, Z, whatever. All of the above. And it's a great way to do it. But I think the best one for creating audiograms or transcription is Descript. Now, Descript does cost money. It is also a great editing system for your podcast in general. But it is amazing. Descript's software, basically, this is how it works. You upload your audio or video or whatever it is to this script, and then it will transcribe it for you, and then basically it turns it into a Word document. So it transcribes it, and it's basically a Word document, and by cutting and pasting things in the Word document, you're actually going to be editing your audio or video. So basically, the editing in Descript is pretty much the same as the type of editing you would do on a Microsoft Word document. So if you don't know how to edit or editing software, it's a really, really great place to start. Also, Descript, you can export audiograms. You can export the transcriptions as a transcription video. You can just select a block of text that you want to be in your video for your... you can select a block of text that you want to be in your video for your subtitled video or audiogram, and then you can export it and you can choose what image goes behind it or whatever, and it'll just create that for you. And then it's either downloadable or it'll make a spot on the web so that you can just send out a link if you wanted to do that as well. Those three are my favorites. Also, if you want to make an audiogram, you can also use Adobe After Effects. Now, Adobe After Effects is not the only one that can do it, but Adobe After Effects has a specific setting, an audiogram setting, so you can choose to make an audiogram, and then you can tweak it you can make it circular, you can make it different colors, you can do all kinds of things, and then you tell it what audio to use, and it can make an audiogram from that audio. And those are just a bunch of the different ways. Adobe After Effects is a little more convoluted, so if you've got a little bit of skill in that area, that's great. Actually, you can also download templates so that you can, for Adobe After Effects, that are already set up, so that you can just plug in your media and then create audiograms that way as well. But the real joy of making these promotional clips, by the way, making promotional clips for your podcast, such a joy. It's the best. So much fun, right, Roxanne? Every time I see that your mic is muted, I'm going to start asking you questions, Roxanne. That's just what's happening. Because you mute your mic and try to sit back and relax for the entire podcast.
No, it's not me relaxing. I'm actually high functioning anxious all the time. But aside from that, yeah, I just mute it because it's always noisy in the back. But I do agree that making social media clips is really good for your podcast, because since I do it all the time for this podcast, I've learned a lot so far about engagement that I didn't know before. So.
Awesome. I actually designed one of my podcasts to make social media clips, Six Insanely Questions. It's I think a very well designed podcast for social media, because in that podcast I ask people questions during the show, 6 questions, and then we can take the beginning of those questions and we cut them up and we make them little videos for the podcast, and that are released almost every day. But anyway, so mixing and matching is where it comes alive. So you want to make your promotional material for your podcast. If you start mixing and matching things, that's where you can make something that is particularly you. One of my favorite things to do is I will make a audiogram or a text video on a green background, so that I can then remove the background easily, so I can put it over other things. So you could take an audiogram, you could make an audiogram on a green background, and then if the audiogram is white or black or whatever, you can easily remove the green, and then you can put it over whatever you want, because and you could edit a video to it. You could put it over a picture yourself. You could put it in, you could arrange it in different ways, so you could make it higher or lower in the frame. So a lot of times when you do those automatically generated audiograms, they put them in a particular place that maybe you don't want it to be, if you don't want it to be in the middle of your image. So sometimes I've done it where I generate the audiogram on a green background, and then I can have the audiogram intermingle with the logo of my podcast in an interesting way. This is actually things that I've done for other people, because my podcast, they're actually very different, like how I put mine together. But it's easy. I mean, it's easy to do, to just when you start thinking about, rather than letting the software do everything for you, you can start mixing and matching, and you can find interesting things. Not only can you mix and match things where you do some of the work, but you can also just upload your stuff to different sites or different programs, use different programs, and then so you could get a audiogram from one program and then text generated from another program, and then so you take your generated audiogram and then you upload that video with your image to another software that will generate the text for you, so you can pile them on top of each other to make your to make your promotional material even more interesting.
Do you have any examples
of which?
Of a generated audiogram that you've made?
Yes, I do have examples of generated audiograms that I've made. Do you mean just audiograms, or audiograms with other things?
With other things, so that we can maybe show what that might look like.
Yeah, actually, why not, I just don't want to, I don't want to be dead air for a while I look for it. Because I mean, I know where they are. I didn't bring them with me because I was like, I don't need to bring them with me. But, maybe I should have. All right, but there are different. I'm gonna bring one up right now. I just have to. I just have to grab it. You
No
vamp,
problem.
Roxanne.
Okay, here is me vamping. First of all, I would like to say hi to Moodit. Moodit is here. Hello. Thank you for coming. And I also would like to ask our four viewers, if they have any questions for me about podcasting. I am a junior podcaster. I started a podcast independently about 3 years ago, and I have been improving on that ever since, which is why I'm here. Oh, sorry, you probably heard me drop my water bottle again. It's a very like metal bottle, like, so anytime it drops, it's like very audible. So sorry to you. And if nobody has questions, that's okay. I'll just keep talking.
Okay, I've actually found two. Okay.
Ah, Victor
All right,
saved
so
you.
here we go. So first of all, so for a little bit, I was helping the Creek in the Cave with some of their social media, and one of the things I did was I made videos for them. So, for instance, this is a video where I uploaded the media to one of those sites, and then I just had the words put on a green background so that I could then take those words and pluck them out and put them anywhere where I want it. And so this is a promotional material for like a comedian. I think I can actually bring that up. If you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, you're not going to see this, but you'll be able to hear it. And that is entertaining, you know? It's entertaining to hear things. Hold on a second. I am going to share my screen, but I also have to figure out how to, oh, here we go. Boom. We're going to share the audio, and here we go. What? There it is. Okay, so here's one where I took the video element and the generated text and married them together. Can you hear this now? Hold on a second. Get this button right.
Hey, magician, who gives a
Yeah.
You want to do a trick? Make me feel safe in this world.
We'll let it play through one more time. I mean, the good thing about this is
I hate magicians. They're always doing like, ooh, the quarter got bigger, the quarter got bigger, the quarter got bigger.
Hey, magician, who gives a
okay, great.
You want to do a trick? Make me feel safe in this world.
Great stuff, Eddie Pepitone. Way to go. Yeah, it's a great joke. And so with that one, what I did was I just took the video of Eddie Pepitone, uploaded, got the text that was generated. Then I took it into my editing system and then just added music and some title screens. And so now this whole video really took me, I would say, maybe 30 minutes to finish. Yeah, so it took me like 30 minutes to finish the whole video, and it's really, I mean, and this is like kind of high end. So like I know I told you like some of those things I make are really simple to make, but this was like for a client, so I made it a little more high end. But really, it only took me 30 minutes to make, and this is actually the way this video looks is the type of thing where a client will pay you a pretty penny for work like this. But it's just like I basically took different elements and put them together and then turned it into a really good looking video. Also, there's another one that I made that is here. This was a promo. This was a promo for the scavenger hunt, the online scavenger hunt. And this is done in a similar way. And you'll be able to see this right now, actually.
of the Creek and Cave social media. The Creek and Cave is giving away free tickets to its opening in Austin the week of April 1st, and you can win the grand prize, an all-expense-paid trip to the opening in Austin, Texas. And here's how to win. Every day from March 23rd to 27th, there will be a clue on the Creek and Cave Instagram to a secret word. Be the
You don't
first
need to know.
comment with the answer, and you'll win a ticket.
You don't
And
actually
we'll
need
put
to hear this, but what you can see is that I took a waveform and I put the logo over the waveform to give it its own sort of look. And then I just had the generated text on the bottom as well. This is another one that was really easy to make. And I just put like some sort of effect on it, and that was it. It was quick to generate and just fun and just like interesting looking. And because the video has that, because the video has the text and the waveform on it, it just continues to engage people and keeps people actively interested. And so it's really simple to make. They're really simple to make. And if you do merge stuff, there's actually one more that I wanted to show you, because I did one in a slightly different way where I took one word at a time rather than the full text or full sentences, and that actually I think is really compelling. And that's also a version that is done with the script where it'll put one word on the screen at a time when you're as words are being said, and actually feels almost like a lyric video, if you know what I'm talking. Do you know what a lyric video is, Roxanne?
I do. I used to watch AMVs all the time.
All right. Yeah, so it's kind of like a lyric video. So actually, maybe I won't spend the time looking that one up, but just know that there are many different ways to merge the stuff together. Anyway, good looking video, right, guys? It's a great video. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
we
removing
had,
it from the screen. Yes.
We had Robert in the audience say that he liked it.
Oh, thanks, Robert.
Yes.
Way to go. Way to go, Robert. The funny thing is, I forget that I'm an idiot. But I like to remind everyone else out there, don't forget, I'm a big dum-dum. Being a big dum-dum, by the way, being a big dum-dum is the epitome of success. If you can just be stupid and you can still eat, great. That's the way to do it. All right. So I feel like we are at the end of talking about the promo stuff. So if you do have a specific question, you can ask it right now. And then we'll throw it up. But if not, we're going to start wrapping up. I just want to recap a couple of things while we're wrapping up, but ask your questions. Remember that the website, the software that I would most suggest is called Descript. It does cost money. It costs was it $30 a month? What was the number?
For the pro account, it's 30. Yes.
Yeah, for the pro account, it's 30, but you can get the less than pro account, which is, I think, is closer to like 12.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's what I suggest, especially if you want to edit your podcast fast, it's a great software. Capwing is the one where you can upload stuff for free. Headliners has a free version also, so you can upload stuff. And remember, you could also go the After Effects route. And then also in Adobe Premiere, they now have a transcription function in Adobe Premiere as well. So it's out there all over the place. But the easiest free one I would say would be Headliners, because it is made specifically to make those little videos for you. So if you just upload your content and an image, and it'll spit out a video for you, and you're done. So good luck, everybody. And remember to make those little videos for your podcast so that all of your listeners are highly entertained always. Check us out at artsacademypodcast.com and Alt Arts Academy on all social media.